There's a particular relationship between what you consume and the role it plays in your life. Essentially, by both watching or being in a certain environment or hearing certain things on a daily basis, it can conduct, it can influence, and it can almost manipulate the actions you take. Welcome to another YouTube video. My name is Jocko Kanchefu, and in today's discussion, we're talking about almost that feeling of being stuck, almost that feeling of being in one place, of missing out, and all that in combination of one. This notion is based on my concept that in order to breathe in, we have to breathe out. And what that basically means is breathing in requires us to breathe out. We have to let go in order to take in. We have to take in order to let go. And there's a unison and a balance there. Related to what we're consuming on a daily basis, I'm discussing how the balance is of the substance. The balance itself is what we reflect and what we take action upon. Essentially what I said in the beginning, the fact that we spend time, energy, focus and attention in a particular area on a day-to-day basis, whether we realize it or whether we not, truly plays out into what we believe, into what we see, into how we see things, and that affects the actions we take. So if you think about it, things that you see on a day-to-day basis, your bedroom, your mother, your father, yourself, in the mirror, the state of the environment outside of your door. These all play factors into how you perceive things, into how you perceive yourself and where you currently are. To breathe in and to breathe out is a continual thing and it doesn't stop, but it can change. For instance, you might be breathing right now through your chest. So if you breathe in deeply, you probably do in your chest. But if not, breathe in deeply and I want you to breathe in from your belly. So put your hand on your stomach and breathe out like a balloon. It's a new way of breathing. Now you're doing belly breaths and it's much deeper, it's much fuller, and it's more enriching. And breathe out by pushing it back in. That is how we can shift our consumption. That is how we can shift the way we take action and see things. It's not only one way of breathing. But all in all, one needs another. As we continue to grow, as we continue to adapt, that is in relation to breathing in and breathing out. They are in unison. To go further, to go to new places, to reach new goals, we have to uptake new habits, new mindsets, new attitudes in relation to, in order to breathe in, we have to breathe out. It is a concept that plays in every part of our life. So my question to you is, what do you consume? If you have to breathe in to breathe out, if you have to essentially look at something to stimulate the brain to grow, what is it you're consuming? Is it growing you or is it deteriorating you? There's many things you can be consuming, right? There's social media wise, online, pages you follow, the things that come up on your feed or your For You page. Then there's food, the types of food, processed, organic. Then there's also another side, stress versus rest. And that relates to in terms of work. Do you overwork and under-rest? Do you under-exercise and over-rest? And most importantly, do you spend more time with others than yourself? What you consume, you become. There's a relationship between the two. So ask yourself and figure out and really determine what, where, and how these things in your life play a part in how you view yourself, in the steps you want to be taking. But before you do that, be sure to subscribe if you're enjoying the video. By doing all this and asking yourself these questions and having this conversation right now, you're growing and you're utilizing the technical term called self-awareness. Self-awareness is a matter of understanding yourself in different environments, different positions, different states, different beings, and gaining more knowledge of the self. You're becoming self-aware, you're becoming more adequate, you're becoming more of who you truly are. And you're utilizing that in different places. You're utilizing that to become who you want to become or to let go of things that you don't want in your life. Now, becoming self-aware isn't to create further burden of what's going on or the wrong that you're doing, but to give you freedom in what you can do. Do you see that? In knowing more of yourself, you can look at yourself at a surface level or even a deeper level and truly to begin to understand who you are. You just have to adjust, but that's why you're here, right? So let's put this in some real practical terms. I've asked you to look at yourself and to see what's in your life. So if you look at your phone and look at your apps, your recent photos, recent messages, and recent things you searched up, you get a rough picture of things you're interested in things you are desiring or things you're looking at, or things that have caught your attention that you're looking more into. That list is a compilation of things you desire. With the things you desire, then you begin to see, okay, with a goal that you want to reach in your life, with a place you want to be, financially, relationally, career business-wise, health-wise, or any other area of your life, does this fall in line with it? Does me looking at this, does me following them, there's me watching this, there's me searching this, does that fall in line with in who I said I'm going to be and going to take action upon in a day-to-day basis? If it does, continue. If it doesn't, why doesn't it? What about it is stopping you, is hindering you, and is consuming you? Because when you consume, when you look into something, it is also looking back at you. Whether you take it or reject it, that is your decision. When you make that decision, you're determining who you are and what you do and what you do. When you determine that, you're bettering your discipline, you're bettering your self-motivation, you're bettering your intuition, and you're bettering who you are. All of this falls in relation with becoming what you want to become, personally developing, becoming more self-aware. So that is why I'm urging you to do it. That is why we're having this conversation, and that's why you truly need to be aware of the things you see. It's easy to mindlessly scroll, to mindlessly read, to mindlessly consume from the outside world. But in mass consumption, what is happening within? What conversations are happening in your mind? The thoughts, the feelings, the ideas, the attachments, and the way of being. Is it truly who you are, or is it truly a representation of what you're consuming? These are questions to ask yourself. These are topics to think about to figure out what is going on within your life and what is going on with your mind. And that's where I'm going to leave you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to like it, subscribe if you're new, and share this with a friend or family who you think needs to hear this. My name is Jocko Kanchefu. Have a good day, morning, night, or evening for wherever you're in the world watching this. I'll see you next week for our next discussion.